The Misadventures of Bob and His New Gadget. Bob was a simple man with simple pleasures. He loved his morning coffee, his quiet evenings, and, most of all, his gadgets. One sunny afternoon, a shiny new gadget arrived at Bob's doorstep, the Super Duper Home Helper 3000. It promised to handle all household chores with ease. Excited, Bob ripped open the box and began setting up his new device. The instruction manual was as thick as a dictionary, but Bob, in his excitement, decided to skip it. How hard can it be? He thought. It's a smart gadget. Bob activated the Super Duper Home Helper 3000, and it whirred to life. "Hello, Bob," it greeted in a robotic voice. "I'm here to assist you." Bob smiled. "Great, let's start with vacuuming." The gadget began to zoom around the house, vacuuming with gusto. However, it seemed to have a mind of its own. It sucked up Bob's socks, important papers, and even tried to vacuum the cat. Bob chased it around, trying to save his belongings. "Stop! Stop!" Bob yelled, but the gadget ignored him, continuing its path of cleaning destruction. Finally, Bob managed to corner it and hit the off button. He sighed in relief, only to realize his cat, Mittens, was now perched on top of the gadget, looking thoroughly unimpressed. "Okay," Bob said, catching his breath. "Maybe vacuuming wasn't the best idea. How about you do the dishes?" The gadget obediently rolled into the kitchen. Bob followed it, hoping for a better outcome. The gadget's robotic arms extended and began picking up dishes, but it wasn't very gentle. Plates and glasses clinked and clattered. And before Bob could react, one of his favorite mugs was smashed on the floor. "No, no, no!" Bob cried out, trying to take control of the situation. The gadget continued its rampage, now spraying water everywhere. Bob grabbed a towel and tried to mop up the mess, but it was no use. The kitchen looked like a mini tsunami had hit it. The gadget paused, and Bob thought he saw it shudder. It whirred and clicked, and then a panel opened up, revealing a spout. Hot coffee began to pour out, directly onto Bob's feet. Exasperated, Bob decided to try one last thing. "Okay, gadget, make me a cup of coffee." "Ow! Hot! Hot!" Bob hopped around, trying to avoid the scalding liquid. The gadget, in an attempt to help, started moving towards him, but only succeeded in spilling more coffee everywhere. Finally, Bob managed to turn it off. He stood there, drenched in coffee, his kitchen a mess, Mittens watching from a safe distance, clearly amused. Bob sighed and looked at the instruction manual, now sitting on the counter, untouched. "Maybe I should have read that first," he muttered to himself.
From that day on, Bob kept the Super Duper Home Helper 3000 in the garage. It became a conversation piece for guests, who loved hearing the story of Bob's misadventures with his new gadget. And as for Bob, he learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes, it's best to just do things the old-fashioned way.
Hope this brought a smile to your face. Thanks for my dear all.